Alright guys, I think by now I'm in a steady flow of content and I know when I need to say something and I know when it's kind of going to work and when it's not. I've been doing this quite a while now and I definitely feel like just about now is the moment to just pause and say a straight up sat down video and me have a talk to you. I recently read Ugly God's tweets and there was a surprising quote on there that said, "You should control how you react to things that are sent to destroy your peace." And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And there's obviously been a lot going on, and I just basically finished editing a video. And every time I rendered it and uploaded it, it just didn't feel right. Really didn't feel right. And when something doesn't feel right, I don't really do it. So I thought, yeah, the time is just to have a chat. So, here's what we'll do. Let's run through it step by step. Okay, bear with me. It's going to be a bit of a long chat, maybe. Who knows? So, we have a scenario where people want me to run out with a big torch, take the torch to the coalition and say everything that they probably want to say but maybe don't want to say, and have this huge fight. And that's not what this is about. I never ever intended that. So when I started the channel, it was entirely just to help gears. That was it. We ended up meeting a load of devs, loads of cool people, and the best thing I can take from it is you, the viewers at home. You helped give me a voice, you helped improve my content, and you helped make me realize, hey, I actually enjoy doing these videos and discussing, and it's probably something I'll continue on, and that's down to your support. It's made me realize that. So I really enjoyed the process of that. That was like my little solace, my little piece of peace. I would go on, I'd play a game I enjoyed, I would give some thoughts and feedback, I would listen to the developers do their dev streams, I would listen, give some thoughts and feedback in the most fair and balanced way possible. And that's all it ever was, right? All it ever was, all it was ever intended to be. And as we sit here today in mid-2021, all of the developers have unfollowed me. TC have me on a block. Like, anything I say is completely ignored. And it's kind of obviously gone, right? That that relationship, whether it has gone because they're told not to interact with me or those people don't like me anymore, it's gone. And you know, I'm fine with that. People can make up their own minds. Absolutely. And you have to control what you want to say. So I could go on some big tirade, but it doesn't serve any purpose, and it doesn't do me any good or anyone else any good. It would just be I don't know what it would be. It just wouldn't feel right. So here's what it is. It's me sat down with no editing, posting my thoughts. So, one of the most recent things that happened, and probably one of the sort of big things that happened, was I decided to make peace with the coalition. And I thought, for the longest time, you know, here's what happened, right? Suspension happened, 3 months of quiet. Then nothing was been said to me or told to me, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to come out and defend myself because there's a ton of abuse. In fact, just been real with you, there was so much abuse that we actually looked at it legally, and we started a case, but we never pursued it because it just didn't feel right. But there was a lot there, put it that way. There was a lot of messages and a lot of horrible stuff said. I'd also like to factor in during this, I've been dealing with COVID, and I'll just brush over it. Basically, I can't eat anything because everything tastes wrong, and I've been eating the same one meal since roughly late November, and that's been a huge hindrance to me, my focus. And if you ever get in those moods where you're a bit hungry and you get irritable, imagine that scaled up to the fact that you've only been eating one thing for 7 months. and then you have an army of people giving you shit, yeah, you're not going to be in a great spot, as well as dealing with the fact that the franchise you really care about has cast you aside, right? So obviously I was frustrated, and maybe I overreacted, but you know, I think I reacted in a pretty fair way, to be honest, considering there was little things that went on, like a supporter of mine stopped supporting me because he said I wasn't good with mental health, which I thought was crazy because I've always been super open about it on my channel. And one of the sort of issues was that, well, basically, yeah, one of the issues was somebody talked a lot of shit to me, you know, told me that I was pandering with COVID and mental health. And obviously that's a huge thing that's impacted me throughout my life. So when somebody tells you, hey, that's bullshit, you're pandering, that obviously got my back up. And I thought, they fuck you, mate. So when I saw that person on their own feed complaining about mental health issues, I told him, I think it's brilliant that you can reach out for help, but maybe your mental health would improve if you stopped shitting on me. He obviously didn't like the fact that I said that about his friend, and he stopped supporting me, and he happened to be a forum mod, and all of those forum mods speak together, and I'm sure that had some impact in the lack of communication. But I stand by those things. I think if you call a global pandemic pandering and mental health pandering, then yeah, you deserve to have a bit of stick, or at least your hypocrisy pointed out when you then ask for help. And all of these things have been going on, and I'm just not speaking about them because I'm trying to control how I respond. So in order to control how I respond, I thought to myself, everyone keeps telling me to make a second account, and I thought, it doesn't seem right to evade a suspension. Whether they told me why or not, I didn't want to evade a suspension and get in trouble. So I thought to myself, I'll try reach out to some people. Tried to reach out to some people. Every time we got to the communication stage, they would ask for details. When I provided them details, which obviously included my name, the communication went silent. So that's obviously frustrating, and I think anybody can understand that that would be a frustrating thing to happen. So knowing that I could make a second account, I figured I would make one, and I would see if it could play online, and I would play a game. I played one single match, and in that match I got an abusive message. Classic Gears. Didn't really enjoy the game, but this has nothing to do with balance or anything about that. I don't speak on that anymore because I don't want to. And I told TC, I said, hey, I messaged them, tweeted at them, I said, TC, you know, I know you're not communicating with me, but I'm not here to evade your ban. I'm not here to cause you any stress, but this account can play online. I don't know why I've been banned. I don't know why this new account can play online, but it can. I'd like to ask you, is this okay? That's what I said. During this time, I also was commented by the person that made the Hivebuster campaign DLC, and he said that he loved my review and hearing about it, and that was a touching moment, and I tweeted that. And I tweeted that I really enjoyed the Hivebusters section of the game, and the PvE section. That DLC was then taken away from me. That felt personal. That felt like they were going through my tweets. Coincidentally, at this time, a lot of TC members followed me, and I always wondered why. It never sat well with me that people would follow me, even though they, quote, dislike me or whatever. So that was all going on, you know, it felt quite personal. They never responded to me kindly offering up my account, which I could have hid forever, VPNs, whatever, you know, I could have been a dick, but I offered it up. No communication, and then a couple nights pass and the account was suspended. No information, no nothing. And it was at that point that I thought, yeah, you just need to control how you respond to things that are sent to destroy your peace, because they're obviously trying to get a reaction out of me or something. I don't know what it is, but You know, all of the developers have unfollowed me. Nobody communicates, and worse than not communicating, they're actually actively ignoring. But I'm not going to rise to it. I'm not going to rise to it because I believe and I know I've done nothing wrong. You know, I always find it baffling that one of the things, or one of the sticks used to beat me with, was that I was aggressive to TC on the forums. And like I've always said, you can look my account up and you can look up every single post, and there was never a problem. I'm not going to rise to it. What I want you to know and what I want you to understand is things that are said on the internet quickly become fact. Here's an example. When I was banned, the top comment in the thread was saying, yeah, I headed into this guy's stream and all he does was abuse mentally disabled people, and he 5-man stacks in development streams, goes open mic inside of the lobby, abuses the developers, 5-man humps them, and makes the developers upset. That was the top comment. Now, everybody knows that is just the biggest pile of nonsense you've ever heard in your life, but if enough people upvote it, it becomes true. So here's the thing, right? If I kick up an enormous fuss against TC, they will just produce something, true or not, that gives them the right to ban me. Now, just to know, they have the right to ban whoever they want. I'm not contesting that. But it just irked me that I'd played the game since 2006, and they just chucked me aside like I was a brand new player being awful to people. One of the frustrating things is, since I've stopped playing the game and having anything to do with it, I've been consuming some media. I've been watching YouTube videos and streams. And I'm not lying when I say this. I have no reason to lie, nothing to gain. Almost every single stream I've watched this week has had somebody racist in the game, or somebody literally calling people fag, queer, all of these derogatory terms. And as well, whilst all this is going on, they're celebrating Pride Month. And I can't understand why a game would allow you to call somebody queer, fag, N-word, all of this stuff. Why would a filter allow you to do that? And I messaged the TC accounts and I gave some examples of this happening. And because I guess they have me on mute or they won't respond to me, those people are still playing the game. So in a way, they're saying, we don't even want GGZII to be proved right by getting people that are actually been homophobic banned, because that might help him, or whatever they're thinking. So those people are still allowed to play the game and carry on and be racist and awful. And I've never seen a studio act that way. And I have to control how I react, and I'm sure you understand that. I'm sure you really understand that. So, you know, that's the way it's been. You know, I've had so much abuse thrown my way, and with all of the COVID stuff, and you know, there's probably a clip maybe right now played one single game, guys. Played one single game. I got a 5-man quint with my very first 5 kills. But I'm not going to talk about the state of the game, the balance, or anything. I'm going to control what I say. And I'm just going to say that the experience wasn't too favourable. And I thought I'd just lend my account to TC and say, yo, this is my account. You know, come and inform me, have a chat. But no, they just silently took it away again. And that's it. That's the end of the chapter. And I'm sure people will say, oh, you always say this, but you always come back. But this is very different. And I'm sure people that understand what I'm saying get that. This isn't a rant or a this is just I just wanted to sit down and just be honest with you. You know, there's been a lot going on, has gone on. And that's really how it ended. They basically cut all communication, never explained anything. The reality is, if they did explain anything, it probably, most likely, most definitely, because I never did those things, would be nonsense. Just like they tagged my forum account with harassment, when if you wanted to sit down and look at all of the posts I've ever made, there's nothing there. So the dangerous thing about the internet is if TC were to put out something, it would just harm me more and more, whether it was true or not. So I'm just controlling what I say. I'm sure you understand why. But that is the situation. You know, I see people saying all kinds of awful stuff in game. I've seen videos absolutely brutalizing developers on a first name basis, and I was never about that. One thing I will say is, one thing that did at least give me a wry chuckle was one of the TC support members recently sort of paraded around that they actually are very, very good at handling tickets, and especially banned accounts. And I've had a lot of people that have had double payments. I've had people that have had skins missing since Gears of War 4. And objectively, they haven't been very good at tickets, and especially ban responses, let's be real. But I just want to say, look, thanks to everybody that's supported me. You know, I'm doing fine. The COVID's affected me a lot, still is, still frustrating. No cure, you know. So that's kind of demoralizing thinking about that. So I try not to dwell on it. But you know, that's really it. That's how it started and ended. It started out with me returning, trying to be positive and help and be different. You know, I intentionally was different to make my channel stand out. And I think that worked. I think people began to understand what I was about. I think they understood that I was being critical but fair. Hell, even Dana said that himself. I made his job a lot easier. And even the people that used to follow me, the developers that used to follow me, there's plenty of positive comments from them saying thank you for all my work. But whether it's TC have told them to unfollow me, or there's some sort of ruling, you know, it is what it is. So we're drawing a line in the metaphorical sand. We could take this a lot further, but I think the best approach is just to remain calm and just say, listen, you know, that's it. That was their decision. I kindly offered it back. I said, hey, if you were unaware, I'm still able to make accounts, even though you banned me and you never explained why. Here is the name of the account. If you would like to tell me if you're going to ban it or give me some extra information, that would be great. They just silently banned it again. And at that point, I was just very much, okay, we're done here. I'm not going to rant and rave and get frustrated. So yeah, that's it really. So, you know, there'll be, I imagine, no end. Well, there'll be certainly no Gears 5. I imagine there'll be no Gears 6 as well. So I'll probably have to watch a Let's Play to see how the story ends. You know, which is not really how I intended the 2006 run to start and end, but that's where we are. I can only say thanks for all of your positive comments. I've seen people even say that they quit the game over the way I was treated. You know, that's crazy that you would do that for me. I've seen people say they're going to make accounts called Free GGZII and get on the top of the ladder. I've seen some funny things, but I know myself that I'm a decent person. And I'm not going to go into the conspiracy theory of why I could have been suspended, but I think there's enough information out there that if you want to do your own digging and your own cognitive thinking, you can probably put some things together. But this was Z, and I feel like this video's better. I feel like it makes more sense for me to just sit here and talk to you than simply do some edited video and all of this stuff. I think the channel started with me being honest, and I guess it ends with me being honest. So to those people saying move on, to those people saying make a second account, to those people saying I knew he'd be back, I'm sorry, but you're not understanding, and that's fine, you know. I'd like to thank all of the members that have joined the page and kept it going. It's very late, it's 4:30 in the morning, so I'm probably not very loud and energetic. But yeah, we have to control our response, because it's very easy to flip. Because obviously when you've done something for such a long time and it's taken, you are going to flip a little bit. Sometimes I have to give myself a little pinch. Tonight, Cliffy B did a video and he said that he offered to consult with TC and just give them a bit of positive PR. Even if they don't really listen to him, he could appear on stage. They could say, we've got Cliffy on board. And they haven't even contacted him. And I remember I was starting a tweet saying, I think TC should get Cliffy B on board, even if they're not going to get in touch with him, because it would be good PR. And I think he could do with some good PR and it would help. And I thought to myself, why am I still trying to help? And they're trying to paint this picture of I'm some awful person, but actually my biggest flaw is I keep trying to help. Each night I'm still thinking of ways to help the franchise, and that's just passion. You can't say anything else than that. I just thought it was disappointing that there are so many terrible things going on in the scene. Match fixing, cheating, all this stuff going on, racial abuse, harassment, all of this stuff going on, and they just had it out for me, didn't they, guys? You can think why or whatever you want to think, but not gonna say anything. I'll control myself and control things that are sent to destroy my peace, because that's what that feels like. When I put out a tweet that I really enjoyed the Hivebuster campaign, and it's such a cool moment to share, and then I can't play that anymore. It feels very personal, and I don't like that. And I'm sure you understand that if you're in my position, you'd have probably gone 6 months ago, but coming up, by the way, I'm going to be playing Death Stranding. I've just been playing that on stream. It's like it's a crazy game. I can't even explain it, but it's super unique, and I've been playing that on stream. So if you want to come hang out and stream and chat, that'd be wonderful. Okay.